So, uh, today's video that Jordy released um, appears to have. I just started it, so I haven't watched the whole thing. But it appears to have this kind of confession. Um, and just so you know, I'm always going to share Jordy's link when I post these videos, so that you can go watch the whole thing if you want to and get all of his commentary. Because leading up to this, he had a very um, analytical sort of discussion about how, like, what's making them tick. You know, is Jeffrey lonely? What's going on here? And there are some very bizarre personal dynamics happening with these two people. In my opinion, there might be something to that. Perhaps Jeffrey is lonely, but it does seem that he's very much using Eugenia to try and sell makeup. So I don't know that that's entirely his motivation. Whereas Eugenia, if her main goal is to raise money, which obviously that is a very big goal for her, otherwise she wouldn't be so focused on such a weird ass activity of how to make money. But this might be an interesting confession here. If it's indeed true. It's hard for me to listen to anything that comes out of either of their mouths and believe it. You know, because they come across, and their little Rich Lux friend too, the clown with the triangles on his face, they not Eugenia so much, but they have very aggressive, hostile ways of speaking about their critics. Come down and say it to my face, right? And Eugenia is always acting like the damsel in distress. Come in and save me, Jeffrey. Right? Alright, so let's see what she has to say here.
Up during the pandemic to maybe cope with not having anybody around or not having a boyfriend anymore. I'm not sure. But you all can let me know what you think about that. And I think that we are now ready to hop on into the live stream coverage. Okay, so this is kind of where we left off from yesterday. We're just going to get right back into it.
I deserve real friendship? Well, thank you guys. I mean, I feel like I'm like incredibly blessed, like for real, but Jeffrey has been seriously like one of the best friends that I've ever had, and I honestly really don't.
I want you to keep in mind, she only met him in person within like the last week. She's apparently known him online since she was a teenager, and he was an adult. Not saying that teenagers and adults can't commingle as long as they're not doing, trying to form like a romantic or a sexual relationship, right? But it is a little bit eyebrow raising to spend most of your time just talking to people online. I'm not saying I don't have a lot of online friends that I have met over the years, but you know what? I didn't end up spending a week in their home. Well, let me take that back. I do have an Australian friend who came and stayed in my second bedroom when he was out here for his brother's wedding. Fine. But I wasn't like live streaming and saying he's my best friend in the world. I was like, hey, Aaron, that's where the fridge is. I gotta go to work today. I'll hang out with you later tonight.
I have many friends, and I've had a lot of friends that really weren't always the best friends to me. So honestly, he's just been somebody that's been like such a real, like true friend to me. And that's why I'm just like, oh my gosh, Pixie.
This is why this is even more significant to her.
Mm-hmm.
She's almost 30 years old, and in her words, she really hasn't really had ever a true friend. She hasn't really ever had those types of feelings and that type of bond you make with another person when you're their friend.
When she, in fact, had at least 3 friends that she used to go to escape rooms with, and when they tried to help her and get her in a rehab to, help her bring up her body weight, I guess that severed the friendship right there. But they were absolutely considering her best interest in that moment. And it's very sad that she's looking back at that as though they weren't really her friends.
She's never had that before. She's only ever had her mom. And I mean, I'm not saying you can't be friends with your parents, but the dynamic between Eugenia and Deb Cooney versus her and another person being friends, wildly different. So she's never had this before. So when she's been obsessed with and liked someone for as long as she has, on top of the fact of never having friends, I mean, you can see how this is kind of the perfect storm. This is everything to her.
Thank you with the swan. And you guys can say like, oh, this person was a real friend. It's like you guys don't really know those relationships, and there's a lot that I think sometimes people think they know everything when they don't. And a lot of people that really have not been the greatest friends to me that, like I said, some of you guys might think that and can think what you want, but it's not really always the case. And
Well, take the constructive criticism, Eugenia, because you're hearing it internationally that pretty much everybody agrees that you look incredibly unhealthy, and you had 3 friends who tried to help you, and now you're acting as though they weren't actually your friends. They did care about you. They cared about you more than Jeffrey does. Jeffrey's just trying to sell makeup.
I just feel like when you really meet somebody that genuinely is like truly such a good friend to you, like I can just never say how much like it means to me. And I don't know, that's why sometimes like it's even hard for me to like be able to express that, because I'm just so thankful, seriously, like. And I would just like, never want to say anything wrong. Jeffrey is so humble, you guys. He really is. That's why, like, when people are mean, especially to somebody that's shown me just like so much love and kindness. And Mama J, oh my gosh, you are such a real one.
See, and in her own mind, that makes sense to her. Why would anyone direct insults at someone that is being so kind to me? Where this differs, where the fork in the road comes into play here, is she is interpreting her friendship with Jeffrey as amazing, unconditional. He's awesome. He's respectful of me. He's really good to me. He's a humble person. Whereas everyone who else is on the outside looking in is seeing things a little bit differently. So, yeah, in her mind, this makes sense. Why would anyone have anything to say about this? He's perfect. He's awesome. He treats me like royalty. But, girl, there's a lot more factors to it. So I don't know if you're necessarily clearly seeing the situation that everyone else is.
Mama J.
Well, and on top of it, look, I think we all have haters, right? Like, all of us have haters. I would not expect my friends and family to try to go to blows with my haters. I would expect them to speak well of me if they hear somebody speaking negatively of me. But I wouldn't expect them to say, come and say it to my face, right? I would not expect my friends and family to be so immature as to suggest that they would have fistfights with people over shit like this. That is incredibly immature. And by the way, dude is not going to do that anyway because he doesn't want to get hit in the face and then have like a black eye or something. He's going to have his 6'7" security guard do it, right? It's just bully behavior. It's fucking stupid. It's bully behavior. And the fact that Eugenia keeps congratulating him on this and thanking him for making the threats is pretty disgusting.
And it's just so good. Like, you know, meeting like genuine people like you and like him. It's just like, I always hope you guys know how thankful I am for you guys. And it's just like, I don't know. I just feel like I've been so lucky to like, you know, just like have like some people in my life like this year and stuff who have actually been just like genuinely amazing friends and shown me so much love.
You know, I think this is probably one of the reasons she got, like, I got bullied a lot in elementary school too, but only in certain neighborhoods. Like, I was fine in the LA area. I got bullied in South Orange County, but only during elementary and junior high. And it was because I just wasn't wearing the right clothes and stuff like that. You know, like, it was a more affluent neighborhood. I came from a poor family, and so I wore a lot of hand-me-downs and clearance rack stuff. But when it comes to Eugenia, there's something about her personality that comes across as really insincere. And I think that's what Jordy's trying to get to when he's talking about this whole, she's just, you know, praising everybody all the time. She's like a little puppy nipping at your heels, stuff like that. It comes across as insincere. Like, she doesn't know how to have a conversation with people. All she knows how to do is say, that's so amazing, right? Or, they're just haters. She really only has like 2 sentences.
And kindness and
See, and you can kind of pick up on the fact that Eugenia really hasn't had a lot of experience with what she's talking about. Because I don't know about you all, but someone that I've associated with on TikTok over, what, like a year? How long have they been doing this stuff? Not even. And met for the first time last week.
Mm-hmm.
I have more of a screening process than that. After meeting someone for the first time, I probably won't be describing them as genuine and amazing and kind and all this other, you know, all these other words that she's using. So, I mean, I don't know, Eugenia. Maybe you haven't been burned by enough people, or maybe just because of the inability of you to peel back the onion of someone's personality and sort of get into a little bit of depth of who they are, and you're not really able to see what everyone else is seeing. Maybe that's why you think the way that you do. But like, objectively looking at this, for the amount of time that they've spent together and known each other, and the way that she's doting on him, those two equations, way out of whack, does not add up.
No.
yeah, it's just like, is Shane? No, Shane isn't here, guys. Shane is another person that, like, he's always been an amazing friend. So that's the thing. I'd rather have, like, a couple of really good friends than have, like, a zillion friends that aren't even really great friends to me. So it's like when someone comes to my life that truly is such a good friend.
See, and that's something that, in my opinion, like, a lot of people learn in high school. It's like you start getting into 10th and 11th grade, and you go from like middle school into 9th grade, and you have like 100 friends or 40 friends, or, I mean, actually maybe this example doesn't work for some of you, but you had a whole bunch of friends, and then you start to, you know, emotionally mature, and you start to develop a little bit more, and then you realize, it's better to have a few pennies than one quarter. This is something that a lot of people generally figure out when they're like, you know, 15, 16. Oh, I'd rather have a lot of...
Well, also, Jordy, most people meet their friends in real life. Now, I know we just went through a 3-year pandemic, which made it difficult to form relations with other people, right? So, in that, like, first of all, I met a lot of my current friend base, either through life, because I'm still connected with people that I went to elementary school with, you know, or through social activities. So, some of my friends are people that I know from following various bands that I've seen throughout the county, and I used to do like live streams of their bands back around like 2015 through like 2018, right? During the pandemic, um, I worked more to attend like social Zooms that were organized by some of my volunteer buddies in politics. And so some of those people I know in person and also through Zoom, uh, based on volunteering with them or um, uh, starting out on Zoom on like a social thing where maybe we were like doing a karaoke night or a movie night or let's just talk about pop culture or let's talk about politics, right? And so I met a lot of people that way. And she doesn't know how to, and she's probably not allowed to go to social activities like that where she could just meet people in her neighborhood, you know? Maybe she feels like because she's a internet celebrity that she can't meet people. Maybe she feels like she is insecure about her body and that if she goes out, she's just going to be criticized unless it's a um, arranged situation like that visit to Jeffree Star's store, right? But she could very well join a church group. She could join some sort of like activity that she enjoys, like a book club or something else. She could be doing these things, but she's not even trying. She's completely addicted to her internet presence. And so she doesn't know how to actually go out in the wild and meet people.
Nice people in my close social circle than a bunch of fake friends. But I mean, here she is saying this for the first time at 30 almost.
And just like shows me so much love and kindness, which I'm like, I don't deserve this even, you know? So I'll feel kind of bad sometimes and not like used to a lot of that, but it's like, it seriously means the world to me. I can never express that enough. Pixie, thank you. The shirt is sick. Thank you. I really like this shirt. Megan, thank you. Where did I put my concealer? What did I do? You guys can say what you want about some people, but you guys don't really know the circumstances. Like I said, support whoever you want to support. Oh my gosh, thank you, Anna and Callie. But I'll just say, guys, that like the people I'm friends with now have been way better friends than people in the past that I've been friends with. So, I mean, you guys...
We know who she's referring to. We know who she's shading right here.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, for someone who isn't drinking the Kool-Aid in this situation and is able to see things more clearly, the girl that did that to you 3 years ago and, tried to get you that intervention and that help back then, she's sitting here 3-4 years later saying, my friends right now are better to me. My friends right now have what's, the best thing in mind for me. They're kind, they're amazing. and you guys think that you know that situation, but you really don't. I mean, people think that they know what went on behind the scenes. They don't. Well, then clear it up for us, Eugenia. What was wrong about the whole Jacqueline thing? What do you resent her for? Why are you shading her right now?
Right.
What makes Jeffrey a better friend to you than what Jacqueline was for you? I'd love to hear what she has to say about that, because we know what she's doing. I mean, you're not being sneaky. We obviously know who you're referring to. So why? Why is that? Why do you think that Jacqueline was such a terrible friend to you?
Well, and why are you bringing it up, too? Unless you're looking for pity from your audience. Do you think your audience feels sorry for you that your friends tried to help you? It sounds like, Eugenia, that the majority of the comments that you read in your feed are people telling you to get help. So if that's what your audience is telling you, why are you whining about friends that you cut off 3 years ago?
I don't know. I'd love to see her respond to that question.
I don't really know everything in my life. I don't mean to say that in like a rude way, but
Well,
it's
you
just
did.
kind of like, oh, Megan, thank you so much. I'm just trying to find my concealer, guys. I'm sorry. I need chapstick. Yeah, the weather, guys. It's been kind of windy today. Oh my gosh, Mama J with all the Boo the Ghost. Mama J, I love you so much. Thank you. I'm not trying to say anything rude, like I said, guys.
Yeah, you are.
Like I said.
Just because you're not trying to do something doesn't mean that it's not happening. She did. I mean, very subtly, she did just shade Jacqueline just now.
Yep.
Oh, I'm not trying to be rude, though. Can you get out of everything in life by saying, well, I wasn't trying to do that? I mean, seriously, someone comes up to you and they start being, an asshole to you, and then later they say, well, I wasn't trying to be an asshole to you. It's like, you're still an a-hole to me.
Yeah, I still apologize for it.
I find that very fake.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're gonna find it. Mama J. Mama J, you are seriously incredible. You're giving me so many ghosts. Thank you. Gabby Jeffrey's a good friend to me. Oh, well, you should be very happy then, because seriously, you guys, he's been, like, when I say one of the best friends I've ever had, like I said, like, I've had a lot of people.
How do you monetize bullshit like this? How do you get donations for just sitting there and saying, I love Jeffrey. Jeffrey's so great. He's so wonderful. I love it. I love it when he comes and sells makeup on my live stream. How do you monetize something like that? I don't even understand. What is the draw?
Like, had to definitely not be the best friends to me. Like,
I can't believe this right now. I mean, you've had, really, Eugenia, you've had a lot of people. I mean, really, who is she referring to other than Jacqueline?
Right.
And if she is referring to people that aren't Jacqueline, she's probably referring to some type of behavior that Jacqueline's tried to implement in Eugenia's life. So, I mean, what are you trying to do here?
in my life. And
You know who else said, I don't really have any friends? Pretty much like everybody around Colleen Ballinger. Like, what is up with these fucking internet personalities who are like, I'm so socially defunct. How could I possibly hurt people? How could I possibly hurt myself? How could I do these things? I don't even know how to make friends. Really? 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 Give me a break.
so I can just tell you guys, like, he really is somebody that is so kind, so wonderful, and seriously one of the best friends that I could ever have. So
I don't know about
just like,
that.
I'm just so thankful. I really am. I've had the best week out here. You think I look good? Oh, well, thank you. I don't have all my makeup done yet. Pretty! Oh my gosh, pretty. Marge. Oh my gosh, thank you for the ghosts, guys. I love these ghosts, everybody. They're so cool.
Wow, you guys are
Jennifer, thank you for the Boo the Ghost. And with the Boo the Ghost. Aw. Thank you, guys. And guys, we're using the Jeffree Star. Yeah, I did put foundation on, didn't I? Yep, we did. Sorry. I get so distracted, like, when I go live sometimes. I'm just like, what am I doing? But, yeah, everybody. This is the Jeffree Star Magic Star Concealer. It's amazing. I literally feel like it's kind of like, it's like a better match than my foundation.
Product promotion.
Yep.
Product promotion. If you like this shade, if you like the way that this makeup looks on me, if you like whatever.
Can't buy me love. She's literally buying her friendship right now. And she's paying for her vacation.
This is the product that I'm using. You can go buy it on his website.
Like, it's great. Because I'm, like, very pale. So, it's like, this is just perfect. Like, Jeffree's got such a good shade range, guys. Jeffree cares for you. I love that for you. Thank you.
You know why she's so pale? Because she's not allowed to go outside, you guys. She's not allowed to go outside.
You, seriously, you guys, like, he has shown me, like, so much love. He's been such an amazing friend to me. Oh my gosh, Ned, thank you.
Girl, why? Because he gave you a candle and a sweatshirt? We know why you think that he's an amazing friend to you. It's because he's not pushing some of the other stuff that people that actually do genuinely care about you have pushed on you in the past. And because he's just being nice to you and, you know, going along with you and placating you, you're interpreting that as, oh, this is a genuine good person. Because anyone else that I've tried to be friends with in the past, they've tried to push things onto me that I don't want to confront and I don't want to deal with. So they're all the enemy. They're all horrible, nasty people. Jeffree, who is being nice to me and someone that I love and, you know, enjoys some of the same activities like makeup and whatever that I do, who isn't addressing the elephant in the room, he's a good person. So for real, in order to be an amazing person in Eugenia's eyes, in order to meet that criteria, don't bring up the elephant in the room. Always be sweet and kind. And if you are rude, just say, well, I wasn't trying to be rude.
So I just have, oh my gosh, thank you for the cauldron, Amanda. But yeah, I've just been having so much fun with him, and it's not lies. If you guys think that's a lies, you do not know anything. Mm-hmm. Hi, Spider-Man, how are you? Yes, guys, Jeffree is in the house. He is.
And you know what? This is something that I see some characteristics of some content creators when they say things like, you guys don't know the half of it. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes. You may think this, but actually there's something else going on. I think that sometimes content creators like this think very little of the audience and think that the audience is very stupid and aren't able to piece things together. I don't know. I think we are a group of very observant people. I mean, we're watching you on camera for hours at a time, and we're talking about it. But you don't think that we have no idea what's going on. I don't know. I just find that a little bit patronizing.
He's doing his own live, so if you guys go into his live, show him so much love.
No.
He deserves it so much, like always.
No, he doesn't.
Oh my gosh, Kimberly! Kimberly with the cuddles for you. Kimberly, thank you so, so much. And guys, if you guys want to share out the live, that would be awesome. Thank you guys for like the 255 shares. That was actually pretty fast, guys. So let's see if we could maybe get to like, I don't know, maybe like 500, maybe.
Thank you so much for 250 shares. I'm so grateful for this that I'm going to ask you guys to continue to do it. You know what also gets me? He deserves all of the love that he gets on his TikTok live streams. Jeffree's worth over $100 million. Does Jeffrey really need the heart hands donation? Does Jeffrey really need a witch? Does Jeffrey really need a falcon or a lion?
I'll tell you straight up, I will never buy his makeup. It's not going to happen. Never going to buy his makeup. He seems like a horrible ass person. And the way he's taking advantage of her, or maybe she's taking advantage of him, I don't know. But the two of them are gross. And I will never contribute a single dollar to them, which is why I don't watch any of this stuff directly. I'll watch Jordy's coverage of it. I'll watch other people's coverage of it. I've even reported Rich Luck's channel that he's spam. He's spam because he's trying to make money off of this story too, and he's doing it in a terrible way. He's like, I'm so close to them, I'm such good friends with them, and there's nothing wrong with what's going on with Eugenia right now. You know, this is a perfect image for young people to take a look at on YouTube and TikTok and wherever else it's being posted. But yeah, totally. This is great body image. By the way, that guy's a bit porky, so that's very interesting. Very interesting perspective from a porky dude who draws triangles on his face.
And thank you guys liking. We're over 100,000 likes, so thank you guys. Let's see if we can maybe get to 200. We're not too far away, so.
She did it again. Immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Look, we've reached this goal, 100,000 likes. I'm so amazed, and that's awesome, you guys. Thank you so much. You know what? Let's get more. Yeah. Let's get it to 200,000. There's no stop to this. There is no stop.
You know what though, Jordy? Pretty much every live streamer does that. It's gross. I agree with you. But pretty much every live streamer out there is like if you look at Midas Touch and shit like that, they're like, oh, we're at 150,000 likes. Let's get to 200. That's like their goal because this is how they make money. So that's not as offensive to me as the shit that she was talking about her friend Jacqueline, the obsessive praise over, what is this shop now bullshit? Wow, okay. So Jordy also has monetized his channel. I think I can probably end my coverage here and just drop Jordy's link in the description of my video. But she irritates the fuck out of me, and Jordy, you're putting her in my feed every goddamn day, dude. It's just there are just so many things that she's saying that are so childlike that it brings me back to my K through 12 experience. I just don't understand how she could get all the way to age 29 and have an existence like this. It doesn't make any sense to me.